I got a little more to talk about from my junior high school years. Um, it was a really fun time in my life, and it was during the it was really during my seventh grade year when I started getting into. You all might laugh about this, but Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I used to record an episode of that every single day, Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday. And I still have those videotapes to this day. I think I recorded up to 7 or 8 tapes. Not bad. And I'm lucky to have gotten those. Because that's when they're original episodes, not what's been made now, the revamped, reworked episodes with the little graphics and new sound effects and the new opening that many people don't like. Show opening. I can understand why. I love the original opening so much. But it was when it was during 7th grade when my life really started getting a lot easier to deal with in school and my personal life. Because I was taking Redland a lot from a very young age to my 7th grade year. And it was Redland. It started happening when I think that was what I was taking, and then it started happening when I got home. My mind started being a little fuzzy, like, where am I? Who am I? When I was in school, my mind was fine. I was competent and able to learn. When I got home, it was like I was in haze all day. And I used to watch VR Troopers a lot. I have 4 or 5 tapes of that recorded. Yeah, I used to watch a very short-lived TV show called Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. I think I watched Beetleborgs. I watched the Goosebumps TV show, Mad Max, Freakazoid, Animaniacs, Eek the Cat, Pinky and the Brain, Pinky and the Brain. And then Transformers Generation 2 was out in '94, so I collected a lot of Generation 2 toys, which I still have quite a few today. Like, the one I played with the most were the Constructicons and forming Devastator. That was my favorite thing to do. I did it so much, but I kind of broke some of the pieces that formed them together. And I also rode my bike around a lot during that time as well. And that was really fun. Very good recreation. I think I rode my bike around every place there. There were times when I could be on my bike for maybe an hour, maybe more, because that area was so large back then. Because when we lived there, it was more like a college campus. Now, it's completely different. I played Super Nintendo games a lot. Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2, and Zombies Ate My Neighbors, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie video game, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Fighting Edition, I think it was called. I played that. Yes, it was just one time when I got that, but I got so good at I got quite good at playing that game. I was never able to defeat that Zord that um, Goldar used. I can't remember what it's called. It was in it was in a 3-part miniseries. I think when all the people in Angel Grove got disappeared into one of Rita's realms, it was that thing. It was that Zord that had these kind of swords on its arms. Some of you may remember that, and this little kind of a thing on its head where it shot from its head, and that I remember that well. I even have those episodes still. Um, but junior high, that's when my, that's when I was really able to start learning, and who people weren't teachers weren't quitting because of me. They were staying because they started realizing I was able to learn and focus. I could actually do the work. When back in the 80s, none of the teachers wanted to do anything with me, none of the principals. But I was able to finally get my head on straight because I was getting the right treatment. I wasn't taking as many medications because in February of 1995 I had an allergic reaction with my jaw. For the sake of this, locked to the right, but it was really like this. It locked to the right. Once that happened, I stopped taking medication, and that's when I started being able to learn, and I was unhindered. I could finally learn, do the work, and I was competent. I was able to focus fully this time. And the summer of '95 was really fun because I did wait a minute. I think it was the last part of my 7th grade year when I did homeschooling, which was really fun. I really did like the teacher that I had during that time. Really nice lady teaching me that. And even my mom and dad taught me. And then it was that summer. Wait. It was the summer of '94 when I used to be an office assistant when I would like take notes or something to classes. And that was really fun. Really helped me get to know the school. And then I did that in the summer of '95. In 8th grade, that was the best year I ever had. That was the best of my 2 years in junior high. And one big reason there was this TV, there was a news program that I was featured in about young kids living with Asperger's. And I think we still have that tape. That was really fun to be involved with. And then it was at the end of my junior year, by the end of my 8th grade year, when I had a lady from Brownhams High School who went over and took me like 2 or 3 days, I can't remember, to Brownhams High School and walked me around the main areas so I could get familiar with the school. That really did help. Because if that hadn't have happened, I wouldn't have been so comfortable going to Bryan Adams. So, junior high, that was really, really fun. So, stay cool and roll out